This week on a podcast from Beneath, we are joined by two members of Cauterized, an awesome metal band out of San Antonio, Texas.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. The unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
Mr. Poe, how's it going?
Fantastic as always, man.
Fantastic
Doing
as
great.
always.
Yes, doing
All
good.
right. We have some guests this week from the band Cauterized. We have Ricky. How's it going, Rick?
Yo, yo.
And we have
Good,
Nick.
good. Yourselves?
I'm doing
Hey,
good.
what's up out there, y'all?
Now, what instruments do you guys play?
Ricky plays the skin
Bass.
flute. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I believe
never
No.
take your job.
He had to replace He had to replace me somehow. No, I'm just kidding.
Ricky. I believe Ricky plays the tambourine and Nick plays the triangle.
Exactly.
Cowbell.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, Ricky is the bassman. Ricky, tell him you're the bass guy. You play
Yo,
the bass.
yo.
Respect.
And I play the cello. Just kidding. No, I play lead and rhythm guitar. We really don't have any really leads in the any of our music, but I guess I would say just rhythm and writing. I help with lyrics here and there. That's it. So just get a little bit of rhythm guitar and some writing. So yeah.
All right, very cool. How long have you guys been together?
Ricky.
Band as a whole for a very long time, since about 2015, I believe.
Wow.
I came into the fold last October,
Yeah.
and then we've had a revolving door of members since then, mainly drummers.
Nice.
This is true.
Now, I came across you guys. I'm always on the lookout for different independent bands and stuff, and I came across you guys, and I love what I heard, man. I mean, Hypocrite is just a fucking banging song. I love it. I can't wait to
Very
hear
much.
the
I
rest
appreciate
of it.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
very very emotional album, man. Like it's very angry.
Yeah, well, I
That's-
like that.
Like
This is true.
it's full of energy, man. Like we're so excited to release it.
Now, where are you guys from?
We're all from San Antonio, all of us.
Texas.
Born and raised. I'm born and raised San Antonio, Texas, for sure.
Aaron, you always bring on other Texas people.
Well, I'm from Texas, bro. I mean, what do you want?
Nothing but Texas barbecue.
I know. Last time I had a Texas real awesome woman on here. She's special effects, Stephanie Escamilla, and then I had Billy Pond. He's a Texas horror director, so he's like, Texas is taking over
Sounds like it.
every time I come on.
All right, so we'll go with Ricky. Question for you: what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie.
Hard question.
Huh. I got to go with the classic. It's got to be the original Friday the 13th.
Frank?
To be honest,
Respect on that.
Nick,
I
what
just
about you?
for nostalgia reasons mostly. I just
Right.
have memories of watching those movies as a young child. With my brother and sister. So they're the ones that got me into horror movies. And
I would have to say, well, I didn't want to go cliche and say Friday the 13th, even though I'm a really big fan of it. But I would have to say the original It. Before it got all, everybody was like, "Oh, It!" The original It. I won't lie, scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Like I was like, I couldn't look down the sink. I didn't want
Tim
to shower
Curry,
in high school because I thought a clown was gonna pop out. So I gotta say the original Stephen King It was I don't know, would you consider that horror or I don't know, mystery?
Yeah, it's definitely horror.
It's definitely horror.
Definitely.
So the Stephen King though. Let me get Stephen King.
You know, a lot of people that I know, they've said that movie, you know, because I mean, shit, Tim Curry did a badass job for one,
Oh, most definitely.
Hell
but
yeah.
it's just, you know, when the time it came out, I think it was perfect when it came out because it really freaked a lot of people out. I got a friend of mine, he's still scared of balloons because of that shit. I'm like,
Oh, geez.
balloons? Really?
My problem with the first one though was like the stuff with the kids was really good. When they got to the adult stuff, all of those actors were horrible. Even though they're good actors, they were horrible
You
in
are
that movie.
crossing some lines.
I'm sure.
John Ritter?
It's all, yeah, I was like, come on, man. Like,
Well, he's a good actor. He
R.I.P.,
wasn't
man.
good in that movie.
Okay.
Golly.
Just in Three's Company. Just in
Yeah.
Three's Company.
Old Roper.
Right. Alrighty.
Tripper. Sorry, Jack Tripper.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck that one.
And then before we move on to the feature, I got one more thing I was going to shout out. There's a podcast. They are called Beyond the Void. And they had a contest a long time ago. Like I didn't remember entering it, but I won.
Alrighty.
And, they sent me 20 movies.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on
various
Facebook.
DVDs and Blu-rays. So if you want to try to win something from them, just head over to their website, which is longlivethevoid.com. You just sign up for their email newsletter, and it puts you in the running for their next contest.
Very
Nice.
cool. And
Nice.
a big, massive shout out to Matt Hatter's Boards for being a Patreon of ours now.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, they got some badass pin boards. I mean, pin collectors out there. Check them out. We'll share the link and everything. So, yeah, really appreciate those guys.
So you do have a new album coming out, right? When's it coming out?
October, right?
Album drops. Very, very highly anticipated. We actually that album had been recorded and ready to go since last October when I joined the band. But we lost our drummer that we had at the time. Well, really, we got rid of him. Just
yeah, you're right.
the nicer way to say it was we lost our drummer, but
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you either want it or you don't, and he was after more than he deserved, so he got, you know, the inevitable happened. But yeah, so we ended up re-recording everything, and
golly, you had to redo
yeah,
it.
that was a pain in the butt because I've been sitting on this. We had been sending this music forever, so
holy shit.
I've already recorded this album like maybe for almost 4 times. So I'm just like, can't one drummer just stick, you know, so we can release the album. So, but finally we did find somebody pretty solid. So yeah.
That's good. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like I talk to different people that have bands, and they're like, it's always like either the for some reason drummers have this complex, and not all of them. Now, I don't want to piss off any drummer listeners, okay? But some of them have the complex, like, well, y'all can't do anything without me. And it's like, we can, but I mean, it's better if you're here. I mean, it's like, you know, I don't know. Any drummer I've ever met, they think they're the hottest shit ever. And it's like, now I understand why Peter Criss doesn't play in Kiss anymore. That probably was the, you know what I mean?
I would say, especially down here in Texas.
Yeah.
Because like finding a really, really there, you know, it's kind of hard to find a really good metal drummer sometimes here in Texas because, like, you know, especially a certain style that you're trying to go for. I feel like sometimes it's a little tough to find one. So I guess one would act that way, which gets down to what I wanted to say about finding a drummer. We actually found one that doesn't have that we don't have to go through that with him. He's really humble. He's really cool. Okay. He's really young, so he's eager, so he wants it, and so he follows really well, and we don't have to worry about that whole, look at me. I mean, y'all can't, you know, do anything without me, like we were dealing with before, right, Ricky?
No, hey, a bad attitude is like a cancer, man.
Yeah.
And it just, we had to cut that cancer out, and unfortunately, it kind of pushed back the date that we actually signed with our label. But I'm happy that it happened that way, because had we signed a contract with that dude, we'd all been miserable.
You'd have been stuck with him.
No lie.
Yeah, we'd have been stuck like Chuck for 2 years with this dude that we all couldn't stand. Like,
Oh no.
Oh God, that's horrible.
Now,
you know,
I wanted to ask. I'm sorry, Kerry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I was going to ask about the writing. We were talking about the lettering you use, the font that you use for your guys' band, and it reminds me a lot of fucking black metal. Now, are y'all fans of black metal? I mean, that's what it reminds me of.
I mean, me personally, I love black metal.
Oh yeah.
The logo is pretty much all Alex.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I see it as well. Yeah, it's got a very death metal / black metal vibe to it.
Not too much. Black metal you can't even fucking see. Like I could see Carter. I can see it. I was trying to.
Me and Alex are trying to go for a more of a slam vibe, like slam metal, the new slam metal that's been out lately.
Okay.
So that's what we wanted to go for. Because I mean, I hate to say it. I hate to be the black sheep about black metal, but I don't really. I mean, I could listen to it, but it's not my genre, obviously. But we were going for a slam look, so that's why it has the drippy, bloody, So I could see how no offense, but like the older generation would be like, oh, that looks like Cannibal Corpse-ish, or like very, very death metal-y.
Yeah,
but we were trying to go for the slam look, and we met this I guess they made fonts, but they lived out in like what was it called? Australia.
Oh wow!
It was a person from Australia. Yeah,
Australia.
It was a girl too, and she's like, "Well, I'll do it for like a certain amount of money." We were like, "Okay." When she gave us the finished product, I was just like, "Wow, this is awesome." So we were trying. I mean, that's what we were trying to go for, more a slamish. But I mean, where does slam come from anyway? Right? Death metal. And all those other influences that made it what it is. So.
Everything's a subgenre of something.
subgenre of something. Really washed down, right?
Yeah.
But no, yeah. But yeah, most definitely.
We just like to make noise, man.
Right. So who were some of your influences?
Me personally, one of my biggest influences on bass is not even a metal bassist. It's Victor Wooten.
Oh, there you go. You can't go wrong with Victor Wooten.
Victor Wooten is the messiah. Like, that's one of my biggest bass influences as far as like metal for this band. When I'm writing the bass lines for this band and thinking of what we're doing for this, my metal influences would be like Signs of the Swarm, Slaughter to Prevail, a lot more deathcore than you would probably hear in our music, but that's for me personally.
All right, cool. Nick, what about you?
Well, I gotta go ahead and I gotta shout out. I mean, I know this is so cliche because being from Texas, everybody always just like swings off Dimebag Darrell's nuts, but Dime is one of the first ones that broke me into metal. Because before that, it was like Hendrix and Ray Vaughan and whatnot like that.
Yeah.
And then it went from like Dimebag to Zakk Wylde, and I was just like, wow, Zakk Wylde's amazing, As far as anything current, I feel like there's no guitar player that I really cling to, but more bands that I really like when I first got turned on to deathcore with like Suffocate and Chelsea's Grin and stuff like that. And I was just like, wow, their guitar players were immaculate. I never really knew what their names were or whatnot like that, but I just knew that my playing had evolved from playing, like classic metal, like thrash and, all that type of stuff. So yeah, I would, if I had to say my number one influence would be, which is weird because we play like a little bit of deathcore and stuff like that, would probably be Dimebag Darrell. I won't even lie. Dimebag Darrell's been a very big influence.
Yeah. Dude, did you ever get to see him live?
No, I didn't.
I wish.
I wish. Epic, yo.
Twice. I got to see him twice.
Twice?
Yes. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I was the first time I was introduced to Pantera was Ozfest 97. And I went out there with a buddy of mine, and it was a new world to me because I grew up in a border town, And my dad, big Van Halen fan and AC/DC, and that's what I grew up on. And I didn't ever fucking hear a Pantera, right? So I go to Ozfest 97, and it just blows my fucking mind. I mean, I got to see on the outside stage Cold Chamber when they were new.
Oh, nice.
They were on the outside stage.
Yes.
And then I went in.
Yes.
Throwback dance.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I went in, and I got to see Fear Factory. And then I saw Typo fucking Negative. And then Pantera came on, and it just stuck with me, man. I mean, the other bands, fucking props to them, right? I love Typo Negative too, but seeing Diamond, I was just like, what the hell? And everybody singing along with the songs. I'm like, I don't know what. I mean, these guys are amazing. And the last time I got to see them, it was the year that, Reinventing the Steel came out, and they were at the Freeman Coliseum, and I got to go over there and see them at the Freeman Coliseum. And that's the last time. And I almost went to a Damage Plan. I almost went to see Damage Plan. They were at Sunken Garden. And I said, nah, I'll catch the next one.
Oof.
I had almost the exact same
know,
experience,
man.
except it was with Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton.
Because
Wayne Newton, though, man. Oh my God.
Well, because he also opened for Ozzy. So
okay.
It sounds like a nursing home concert.
Yeah.
When I've seen him on the live stuff, like on YouTube and all the stuff.
Oh, they're amazing.
And just seeing him do his thing on stage is just like, that's how it's done. You go up there, you handle business, and you get off, and that's how it's done. That's why I always, besides him being a great guitar player, but just he went up there, he did what he had to do, and he got off, no matter how wasted he was, no matter how many shots he had. He went up there, he handled business, and he left. He didn't, and it's like they said on the what is it, the behind the music, like, he could be in shambles and you would think he's not going to play right. He gets on top of stage and he's whipping butt. It's like, dang, dude, man, like, I admire that, because rain, sleet or shine, we're going to go up there and we're going to do what we got to do. If I'm feeling like crap, I'm still going to go. If I'm having a crap day, I'm still going to go up there, and I like that. Also, he was a fan, and I like to base myself on that too. It's like, I'm a fan of other music too, local music as well, instead of just, it's all about my band, it's like, so that's what I really respected about him, besides him being a whip-ass guitar player. I mean, he was the best. King Dime from Texas, baby. Texas metal. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So who writes the lyrics for you guys? Is it everybody, or you got one person?
Mainly Alex, but Nick also helps write a lot of the lyrics. It really just depends. It's like a case-by-case basis, really.
Most
definitely.
But mainly those two as far as the lyrics.
Right. So
it's because this first album was like, we had when we got Ricky and Mario in, which is the new drummer, we had already wrote all this stuff. This music has been with us forever. So now that we're already releasing this is kind of like saying like an ode to the old stuff. And now that Ricky and Mario here, we're trying to write new stuff. So them putting in their input on this new stuff is going to be, just epic, because, they're getting their chance to write their music now. And it's not just something they got to go and play, which I like, because, I feel like after a while, it's like, I don't want to, I want to be contributing, you know what I mean? So like I said, this next stuff's going to be all about everybody, instead of just like, we met Rick, we met Mario, and was like, this is what we got. You think you can handle this? Now it's going to be a legit team effort where Ricky, Mario, Alex, all of us can put lyrics, riffs, whatever we want, and it's going to be like a free for all, instead of just, you play what I got, or I got this, and this is what we need to play. So yeah.
What are your lyrically? What are your themes? What are you writing? What are you guys writing about?
Well, Ricky, you read some of the lyrics. Like, what do you think about them? What would you say what our subjects are about more than? What do you get?
Like
out
I
of
said,
them?
man, it's angry music. That's such an Alex question, though. But it's
yeah,
really.
That's why I'm like,
a lot of it, like for instance, hypocrite. Hypocrite is basically, from how I take it, going at every freaking asshole person that you could ever think of. Like the liars, the manipulators, people like that. You know what I mean? Like
Hell yeah.
I don't want to say we write about like current events
We're not
so
political.
much as like
Yeah.
current.
That's
Yeah,
good, 'cause
no, we
that's
try to steer
everywhere.
away from that, bro. Like
That's everywhere.
it's more emotional. You know what I mean?
If I could chime in just for a second, the only thing I would say would be in a small briefing would be our music's about, and Alex would say this, the underdog. The underdog is what we're writing about.
Hell
The people that struggle, the people that are just trying to make it, and they go
On the
pay. Well,
grind.
and before before COVID, they would go see our shows, and if they all, they work hard to make that money all week, and then they come and go to our show, and it's like I want them to spend that little $5 to $10. They come in with their old lady to come and be like, man, that music inspired me instead of, oh, it's just some noise I heard this weekend with my girl. It's like, man, I really like that band. They had a lot of good hooks. They were catchy, and I felt that instead of just, oh man, that was cool this weekend. And so if I had to say it again, it'd be for the underdog, for the struggling, for people who trying to, persevere in their life,
Yeah.
almost like a hardcore vibe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
So-
definitely. No, and that's the thing. I think whenever when I was looking for different bands, and I came across you guys, and I've watched y'all's video too, but I mean it is just like, man, these guys are badass. I mean, I really dig what y'all are doing. I really do. It's just heavy and like you said, angry, heavy, and that's how I like it. But
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it just stands out to me. I listen to a lot of bands, and I try to stay up with different things, and you guys stuck out to me. So, I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I appreciate that.
So you mentioned the COVID. So what are you guys going to do for what are you doing for playing live right now? Are you going to do some streaming or?
October
we kind of got
2nd?
into the
We've
loop
got
of
we've got quite a bit coming up
Yeah.
actually as far as live shows. We threw caution to the wind on that one, and we said fuck it. Like we just got signed. We want to fucking play.
Oh yeah, that's what you gotta do.
So what we have coming up.
The
next thing coming up is Houston at Arcadia Bar and Grill,
Yeah.
October 2nd.
I saw that.
And then Alex threw this monkey wrench in there today. We're coming home and playing San Antonio on the 3rd.
Yes.
Oh, you're playing San Antonio on the 3rd.
Yeah, October
back-to-back
3rd.
shows,
Now,
fellas.
that just got added
Back-to-back
today.
shows, fellas.
Cool. I'll have to. I
So
want to make one of these shows.
October 2nd. Let us know, man. Well,
Yeah.
you're
more than
Cauterized
welcome.
VIP, brother.
Most definitely.
I'm too far away.
I know.
Bad face.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to get you to move to Texas, fucker. No, I'm joking.
Well, I mean, if everything goes according to plan, everyone everywhere will be getting a chance to get some Cauterized in their life.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Now, do you have is it you gonna have opening bands and other
Yeah, let me pull up really quick.
Southern Revival
We
is
have
one of
our-
them, isn't it?
Yeah, their label Familia.
Yeah, from Corpus Christi,
So,
Oh wow.
they just got signed to our label as well. Okay, so October 2nd at Arcadia Bar in Houston.
Okay.
We play with our label mates in October Roar and Southern Revival, and there's
Yeah.
also, I'm assuming these are locals. I've never heard of them. State of the Thieves, and I'm gonna butcher this name badly. Pai Pei Pei. P-A-I.
What? These band names just keep getting gnarlier.
I thought that was a cartoon on Nickelodeon about that pig.
Right? Pay. Like, all right, man. Sure.
I'll tell you, I
Next
butchered
band
it.
is,
I knew I would.
screw it, I don't know. It's on the
So
fly.
yeah, so that we have the 2nd and the 3rd in San Antonio at the Rock Box with Cerebral Desecration and Wolfholt, I believe.
Yes, Wolfholt.
And then we're in Austin at Come and Take It Live on the 16th of October with Cerebral Desecration and Wolfholt again.
Yep, doing a lot of shows with those gentlemen.
And then I think the next thing after that is November 6th. I want to say.
At Fitzgerald's, I think, right? With the Lamb
I
of
believe
God
it's
and a Pantera tribute band. But we're gonna open up for them, so it's still gonna be lit. I like it. I'm ready.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys have to
That's the show
work your way towards West Virginia. That way I can see you live.
Hell
West
yeah.
Virginia. All right.
Yeah,
we'll have to
Sounds
be
fun.
sure to look you up once we do.
Yeah.
Right.
for sure.
Already.
I guess since we're a horror podcast, I guess, October's around the corner. I mean, what are y'all's go-to movies? I know we asked your favorite ones, but I know I have like my set, you know what I mean? Like I set them aside. I'm like, these I'm watching this month. I have to at least watch them. So what are y'all's go-to horror movies, if any?
Ricky.
One of my go-tos that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid is Candyman.
Oh man.
Nice.
The original I couldn't use a public bathroom for months when I first saw that movie.
Especially with graffiti
man,
everywhere.
they're pulling wee-wees off in there, man.
Oh man.
You can't tell me that scene in the beginning with that little black kid and in a puddle of blood hold.
Bro,
I'm
you
telling
hovered
you,
over
dude.
the toilet. You had to hover over it. You were like,
it killed me, dude. You gotta do the Asian squat on the toilet seat. Not today.
Oh man.
Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
legitimate fear.
It sets the tone for the month, I feel like.
Yeah. Candyman. I saw that one not too long ago, actually. My wife had never seen it. And
I feel
was
like you guys
"Oh,
are
we gotta
so
watch it."
like in the horror genres that like us saying our little 80s lame horror movies are like, that one's cool. Like I wish I knew some really underground
No,
like
we're into all of that shit,
horrible-
man.
Oh
yeah. Already,
To
bet.
me,
All right,
I
sweet.
think Candyman, like that theme music to that movie, is one of the greatest like
Oh, hell
horror
yeah.
movie
Right.
theme
Yes.
songs.
Candyman's fucking awesome.
That opening scene where it's just flying over the city with that fucking music playing, creepy as shit.
Pretty creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, mine. I don't know. I don't know. It's because I mean, like I said, I guess I don't know, man. I don't mean to be cheesy, but I liked a lot of
No.
Freddy Krueger movies. I mean, Freddy
Oh,
Krueger
yeah.
was the shit.
Oh,
You know
no.
what I mean?
Fuck
I don't know.
yeah.
I really like the Jason versus Freddy. I don't know. So I wouldn't say my go-to, but that's one of them I'll go to, you know,
Yeah.
especially because, it has the new updated version kind of before, Jason got all washed out with all of his looks.
Yeah.
He had like that hair hanging off of his head. And that was pretty
Roller
And they
coaster
put,
ride,
and
bro.
I like how they updated it with like the kids partying in the cornfield and like the kids were updated and they weren't like old 80s kids from back where they were just fooling around in a tent and then they got killed. It was like
An
they're
abundance
out
of
raving out. He hits the keg with the machete or I think so, something like that.
Yeah.
And then when he just twists that guy's face, which is epic. I was like,
oh yeah,
shit.
that is
So-
and nothing against
Oh,
that.
and plus El Nino was on their soundtrack.
Oh
so
my
Oh, yeah, I
god,
forget about
I
that.
mean, that's when I first heard about them. I was like, wow, who is this? And then El Nino. Well,
I haven't thought of Il Nino in a long time.
Now, was that on that soundtrack? Though, was
I
that,
haven't heard-
was that
I
a
haven't-
remix of that song, or was that the original song?
that's the original song.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, because I think
they had a
there was a
remix of it in
of it.
Spanish or something like that. And I was just like, I like the original.
I think the remix is what they played on the radio up here all the time. That's like the part
Yeah.
first one I heard.
Oh, wow. They play that in y'all's radio. They don't even
Golly.
99.5 Kiss is so ancient.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
99.5 Kiss. I don't mean to brag. Like,
No,
they might as well
no.
be a classic rock station. But
It
yeah.
it
It's
is
stuck in the 90s.
dude.
bad.
I drive in a truck pretty much all day. Like I work in the oil field, so I'm driving to site, and I sometimes have it on 99.5 Kiss. But I can tell you, you're gonna hear Guns N' Roses, "Welcome to the Jungle," "Sweet Child
Ooh.
of Mine," Stone Temple Pilots, "Big Empty."
Ugh,
You're gonna
stop.
oh, an epic.
Yep.
You're gonna hear that.
Right. And Metallica.
Oh my god! It's like, do y'all not know Metallica made more than these fucking albums? Like
Really,
the Black
that's
Album,
horrible.
that's all they pull from.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play Inner Sandman every other minute, every other hour.
I
like-
know. I love the song, but
Or
goddamn.
Bob Seger will turn the page. It's like, Jesus.
So if
Oh,
you
Not even a
guys,
Slayer song. Not even a Slayer song.
I
And
know.
Slayer's ancient already. They're retired. Like, can I get a Raining Blood? Isn't cuss? Like, can I get a Raining Blood every? I'm at work and I'm doing stuff, and you turn 995 Kids on me. The Toadies, like,
Yeah.
well,
they're
I
good. But
come from the water.
what's gonna be
Sorry.
sad is when they start
they
using
come
like
from the-
when they
I'm
start
sorry, what was
using
that?
like when they start using like Slayer in commercials for like the commercial music.
No.
It's gonna happen.
You know, like
Eventually.
if,
Eventually.
Rain and Blood was on like a Tampax commercial. You know?
And it's these tampons falling from hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Tom Araya and Carrie all just.
They're like,
That'd be the most epic tampon commercial ever.
Yeah.
Don't be lame. Use tampon Slayer. Slayer
Harry.
tampons. Oh my god.
why are you fucking
Oh,
around on a podcast
wait.
and you're not in marketing?
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
Also, too, Kerry King was also, even though like him and Jeff Heyman's solos were like, people were like, oh, those are so awesome. So their solos were garbage, but the way they put their music together was just epic. I'm talking about their writing style. So big shout out to Kerry and Heyman, man. Big influence as well. So
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
That's when we talk, man, because sometimes it just jogs something and then you're like, oh shit, I forgot
Yeah.
to. We do that. I know I do that. We'll be talking about a movie and I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to mention that part I wanted to talk about. Son of a
Oh
bitch.
man.
So what would be your dream band to open up for?
Oh man.
Ricky,
That's a good question.
chime in.
Honestly, for me, if we could open for Slaughter to Prevail, I would die a happy man. Just it's hateful Russian music, and I love it. If you've never heard
Like
Slaughter
that.
to Prevail, learn. If you've never
Oh,
listened
man.
to Slaughter to Prevail, you need to listen to Failed Hope first. That is the perfect introduction to Slaughter to Prevail.
Shit, I gotta.
The dude does gutturals in Russian. Like,
Oh my
it's
god,
insane. It
That's
is
evil.
insane.
That's pretty evil.
I love it. That and like
It's
his
Russian. It's already evil.
yeah, his growl.
Like-
he sounds like straight up a demon. I'm telling you, you gotta check out Alex Terrible.
Golly, I gotta hear
Slaughter
this.
to Prevail.
I gotta hear this.
It's intense, bro. I love it. I would. Yeah, I'd be so happy.
I gotta check that shit out.
Well, I'd like to open it for Kiss. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, the lineup would go Body Snatchers, Traders, and then Cauterized. And Cauterized would wreck it before they went on.
There you
You know,
go.
or so yeah, Body Snatchers and Traders are really big on my list. Besides this little German band that I really, really love that nobody really knows about. Well, I'm pretty sure like the beatdown committee knows about them, but Spawn of Disgust, bro. Whew, I'm telling you, bro, you want to get bludgeoned with straight breakdowns and ugly guttural vocals. I mean, they don't sound demon-like, but they have that hardcore mix with hardcore and the guttural. Oh God,
Shit.
yeah. Spawn of
I gotta
Disgust.
see.
Check them out.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
you're gonna have to. We'll text after this. I'm gonna give you a list of movies, and then you're gonna have to give us a list of metal bands to listen to that we've never
Okay.
heard of. So we'll
Absolutely.
exchange notes. Me, Carrie, and you two. We'll get it together.
We
Yeah.
we need y'all shirt sizes too.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely give you those.
Yo, Ricky on that one. He'll get you nice and
Yeah.
hooked up there.
Awesome, man. I
Nice
appreciate
Cauterized
it.
shirt. Yep. Good gear we got going too as well. Shout out all the merch that we've been getting rid
Right
of. as
on,
well.
man.
Did Alex show you yet, Nick? The shirts?
Not in live, not in person.
He's like,
Y'all
he said he was trying to go pick 'em up.
Y'all want an exclusive preview?
Nip slip, nip slip,
oh
nip slip.
yeah, show
Yeah. Show me the goods, baby girl.
Like, cause I picked him up while I was at work, so I still got him in the car with me. Let me set this up real quick.
Let's see this.
But while he's
All
getting
you
that
see is
ready,
the camera move like this.
while he's getting that ready,
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
where can everybody
Yeah,
buy
give me a
the
minute.
shirts while he's getting that ready?
You can either get them from us locally. We accept every major credit card,
Food stamps, all that.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Say again?
Just food stamps and all that. TANF,
Hey, if
your Infamil tickets or whatever.
money talks.
Whatever.
That's right. That's right.
All right, there we
Oh
go.
shit,
Oh, sweet.
that is badass.
Oh man,
Fresh.
that is legit. That is legit brutal, fam. Brutal.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we have
Noise.
sizes from small all the way up to 3X.
Fuck yeah, dude. I need
Banana
some new
hammocks.
clothes to wear to church. So
There you go. Melt.
Oh,
You'll
yeah, they'll
straight
love
melt.
you.
As soon as you walk into that bad, we just melt.
you're gonna burst into flames when I walk in.
Boom.
No, I tell you what you would do. You would explode like the hookers in this movie did.
I know.
When they smoked the
There's
super
exploding
crack.
hookers?
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, God.
Oh,
I
man.
like it already.
They smoked
Yes.
super crack and they blow up.
Yeah.
That's freaking hilarious.
That's that super meth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Well, let me make a correction. They're supposed to be hookers, but you find out they're just mannequins.
Ah.
no, but
Well,
it's still an epic scene, man. It's
Yeah,
still
I
an
know.
epic scene.
Yeah, because there was like 8 of them. There was like 8 of them that blew up. So you can buy the t-shirts locally. What about your music? Where can people get your music from?
For right now, until the 16th, the only thing that we've really released is the Hypocrite video. But once October 16th hits, it'll be available on every major streaming platform, Apple Music, Spotify,
Fuck yeah.
the whole nine.
Okay.
We have bundle packs right now for our album. You can get a shirt and an album.
Yep.
There's a bigger bundle pack that has like a 10-inch vinyl as well as an album and a hat and a shirt. There's some exclusive packs that have a CD and a shirt, the Bow Down to the Beast shirt. Some people have seen them.
Yeah.
Our labels kind of backed off of pushing that one for a little bit, but
Yeah.
we've got that one. We've got glow in the dark cauterized logo tee as well.
Hell yeah. That's the one I got is the Bow Down to the Beast. So I can get the CD. Yeah, I got that.
Nice.
I got that perk before, and just the nick of time. So that's when I ordered it. But yeah.
Yeah, right before they took it down.
Yeah, no lie, right?
Well, it's a collector's item, I guess, now.
Yep.
Now, we were talking about it, Rick, and you said well, I don't want to talk bad about it, but you said it wasn't really favored in a certain way, having that on there.
Yeah, I got the vibes as they thought it was kind of cocky.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
in a sort of way,
us.
and yeah, and in a way it is. But I mean, if you've ever seen a Cauterized live show, you'll understand that shirt. Like we may look like some overweight middle-aged dudes, and we totally are.
You said overweight. Are you serious? I have a dad
Tell me
bod,
we're
okay?
not. Stop me when I lie.
No, we're pretty hefty.
Stop me
We're
when I
pretty
lie.
hefty fellers. Pretty hefty
Yeah,
fellers.
but
no
hey,
judgment.
you
Barbecue and beer.
you never know because we
Fuck yeah.
we are pedal to the metal. As soon as we come in, like our intro plays and it's slow and daunting and
man.
it builds up. But as soon as the music
yeah.
starts, it is balls to the wall until the end of the show. Like you leave a Cauterized show sweaty and sore, basically.
Dude, now, y'all, I saw a video on Facebook. It made me laugh out loud. Some dude was fucking drunk off his ass, and he like hit this dude that had like this Rasta hat on or something. He was just like some big redneck looking motherfucker. He knocked the shit out of that dude. I was like, what the
That's
hell
pretty
is
good.
going-
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yes, I shared it.
Yeah.
It was, and I put in Spanish. This guy's really drunk.
Yeah.
But the caption is "Este way bien pedo," right? So I started laughing because he's like just going at people, randomly hitting
Yeah.
them instead of really moshing. He's just hitting him, and he sees this
Freaking us
Rastafarian
up.
guy, and he knocks the freaking brakes off of him, and I'm just like, oh, ooh,
Oh,
and
You know
he
what?
just falls, right?
Is
Then
that
the
the one?
Rastafarian guy gets up.
He's kind of a big dude, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
big,
this
And he's
big
like
old
yeah,
dude.
with
he's
like with a
swinging
dad
slow
hat.
as
He has
fuck,
like a
and
dad
he's
hat.
got time to like hit the
Yeah,
dude
really
and then
just
wind
really,
up
like-
and hit him again.
And you know what was funny
I-
is I kept waiting for that dude to like, oh fuck no, I'm gonna fuck this guy up, and he was
Yeah.
just as fucked up. And he,
Yeah.
he didn't do anything. I was like, oh my god.
Dude, just swinging at just being belligerent swinging. I was
Yeah.
like, drunk crowd killing. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but drunk crowd killing is just when you just start hitting on people instead of
Yeah.
moshing.
I
More of the
being a
punk
dick.
vibe. A lot of people don't like that. They get mad. Yeah.
yeah. What?
know?
I mean, why would you do it that way? That's not moshing. That's
We
just
fuck
Yeah,
those
no,
people
that's
up.
more of the punk slam dance. You know, you got to be having a thick skin to get that happen to you instead. Like, if you've been to like a hardcore show or a punk show, you know that's what happens. And like
Mhm.
metalheads just push mosh, so they're like, "Whoa, what's
Yeah.
going on? I'm getting hit!" Like, no. So I get it, but you know what I mean. Not cool though to be that big and belligerent.
He's just like a big old lug, fucking swinging his goddamn meat
He
arms,
was, man. What a
knocking
crazy
the fuck
guy.
out of people.
A crazy
Um,
guy.
Yeah, dude.
No,
I've
wanted
actually
to go ahead.
say again.
No, go ahead.
I would say I've actually been knocked out by a big dude like that in a mosh pit before. I was like 14 years old.
Oh shit.
Oh, man,
it was
14,
okay. So when Nick, you remember back in the day when Kitty used to come like every other year to the
Yeah.
rabbit?
Dude, yes,
Garden.
I've seen a female, bro, get her lip straight split by this biggest dude ever by an elbow point. She went in there, and I don't think she meant to run into the elbow, but she just went the way it was, and her lip met elbow, bro, and it split. And I was just like, whoa, like
Yeah. See, so there were situations like that all the time because Kitty, I feel like back in the day they kind of were at the forefront of trying to bring metalheads and hardcore kids together.
Yeah.
So they came one year with 18 Visions and 12 Tribes and like a bunch of other hardcore bands. And it was like the rowdiest crowd that I've ever been in. But I was going, I'm like 14 years old. Now I'm 5'4" at 32 years old. So I'm a small dude to begin with. And I go to run into the pit and I take 2 steps in and some hardcore dancer catches me in the temple with a fist.
Oh shit.
And I just dropped like a sack of potatoes. And then my next memory after that is that same dude picking me up and being like, "Oh my God, are you okay?"
Yeah, one of them cartoon whelps.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts, man. But I jumped right back in the pit as soon as I had my bearing and just finished the show.
So Carrie, what mosh pit have you been in? Do you have any mosh pit stories?
Oh yeah.
The only one I can really remember was, of course, it was kind of a mosh pit, but there were so many people there that we were packed in so tight you couldn't move, and that was at it was at Marilyn Manson Antichrist Superstar Tour.
Oh wow, vintage.
There was like L7 opened up for him.
Oh, wow.
But like I said, there were so many people in there. It was just everybody was crammed in. I was right up front against the barrier, so you really couldn't move. So
wow.
It was like
I almost died at a Slayer show.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
I mean, if you're going to die at a concert,
hey, well, that's a badge of honor, sir.
Right?
It was Slayer and
Get up to
Killswitch
hell and they're
Engage
like,
in the early 2000s
Oh shit!
at Sunset
yeah.
Station.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, it was nuts. I was crowd surfing and they dropped me, and I was trying to get up.
Oh man! Like,
Yeah.
Damn, that's a
Yeah.
I mean,
it was not fun, and I panicked and I started throwing fists, and I just so happened to catch I caught a big biker dude in the nuts.
Oh, nice.
And he grabbed me by the wrist and like with one hand just yanked me up off the floor. He saved my life that night because I was just getting trampled. I couldn't stand up. I'd start to try to get up and would just get stepped on and would get pushed back down. I was like really panicking.
I would panic as well. Fuck that.
I was all of like maybe 13, 14 years old at that time too. I used to go to a lot of shows. I'd lie to my dad and say my friends were going to a show just so he'd let me go. And he'd drop me off downtown with money for a ticket and fucking take off. And I got to see my show.
Now, did you have a mosh pit story, Nick? Other than the drunk guy?
I've gotten bludgeoned more like at local shows more than
Really?
Yeah. Because when I go to those type of shows where I paid a good amount of money for my ticket, I stray away from the pits because I'm trying to see the show and remember it. But if I go, I've been to some local shows, like our recent local show. I mean, I guess the vocalist from Ammo started doing some really hardcore dance, right? And it was like a fan. You know what I mean? And it's like I got caught in, and as soon as he's swinging his elbows, I just get caught right in the gut. And I'm like, whoa, that felt nice. It was crazy. It was like when you're on Mario Kart and the little shell goes bing.
Yeah.
Like I just, bing. It's like, whoa, later. So yeah, not really no big concert. Maybe a Mudvayne one where it got a little rowdy, but nothing too crazy like at local shows. You know what I mean? Because like local shows, you're allowed to be that much more wasted. You know?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So because we're at the bar,
it's cheaper.
So.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, most definitely so. Yeah, but nothing too extravagant like Ricky. That was a good story.
Ricky
no, most definitely it was.
Bro, I got into some shit as a kid, man.
Yeah.
So if you could take any, let's say like non-metal, non-heavy metal song and cover it and put your own twist on it, which one would you do?
Separate Ways.
What about that one do you like?
Definitely. I feel like as a metal song, it would just work. There's lots of places where you could throw breakdowns in, and I feel like it would go off. That or like Rainbow in the Dark by Dio.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good one.
Nick,
what about you?
I feel like both of those songs could get metalized.
Hell yeah.
Metal-ized songs? I would say it'd be like something really hip-hop-ish, like some Wu-Tang or something, you know?
Oh shit.
Maybe like Cream, or because I listen to a lot of hip-hop. So like I've been listening to, I know this is really sell out to the metalhead world, but I like Juice WRLD. And there's this really cool song that's called Empty from Juice WRLD. And I'm like, dude, I could hear this in metal with breakdowns all day. Like this is basically a metal core song in rap. So I was like, man, like, so it'd be either one of those two, but if not, most definitely something hip hop that I would like to redo. And so, yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
you know,
No, that's that reminds me of Nonpoint when they did on their debut album.
Right.
When they, oh God, what's the name of it? It's like the last track. And they have all these hip hop songs, and they go from one to the next to the next. I mean, it was just so awesome.
yeah.
That's what that reminds me of.
I dig Nonpoint.
Yeah, Nonpoint's badass.
Them and Head PE were pretty good. You know?
Shit, Heavy.
Yeah,
bartender.
And they would come a lot to San Antonio, which is crazy. Them in 10 years are always here, like at the Oyster Bake and stuff like that, or
10 years
venues,
yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen them twice. 10 years.
They're here like at every Oyster Bake with Chevelle. It's just, and then maybe Seether. So, which I'm not too big on anymore, but they're still good to go watch. You know, having a couple beers watching it. So
I like Chevelle, but they just overplayed them, dude. It was just too much. The same shit. I respect them. It's a 3-guy band, you know, and you're like, okay, these guys are cool. Aren't they? I thought they were all brothers, or maybe 2 of them. Are they related somehow? I can't remember.
I want to say it's 2 of them.
Yeah. I never really got too much into them, except when everything was playing, like Taproot was big, and
Taproot. Oh my god,
big, like,
Taproot was my shit.
That, you know.
Oh man,
when it was the Orgy, Taproot, Deftones that just came out, stuff like that. So that's when I was into them, but I never really got the history of them. But I mean, they were pretty decent. I never really, you know, I mean, I thought they were better than 3 Days Grace. Oof, I don't know if I'm pushing the envelope on that one. But.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I guess one of my last questions is, what is one of the coolest concerts you went to that where you were like, that was just fucking amazing? And I mean, you know, what do y'all think?
You want to take one first?
Sure, I'll take it. Well, I won't lie. This is because I remember when I was a kid, my dad showed not just to keep it brief, but I remember when I was a kid, I saw this 8-track of these 4 painted dudes, you know, on their faces, and I was like, "Who the heck are?" My dad's like, "This is Destroyer. These guys are Kiss." He's like, "Do you want to listen to it?" I'm like, "Hell yeah! Like they look wicked, you know." Put it on. I heard some Kiss. I was like, "Wow!" Next thing you know, he's like, "I'm gonna take it." So my epic made me want to play music was when I went to go see Ted Nugent and Kiss. That was my first really like a hard rock type of, and I just remember being like 10 years old and seeing Gene go to like the middle on like a cable, the middle of the crowd, and he's spitting blood while he's just playing bass, and I was just like, that's what I want to do.
That's awesome.
So I would say the Kiss and Ted Nugent show back in the day. I know it's not a heavy hitter type of Slayer or something like that, but it changed the game for me. I knew what rock music was after that, or any type of heaviness. So, yeah.
Ricky,
For
go ahead.
me, my all-time favorite, I'd have to say, was Shadows Fall back in the early 2000s.
Oh, wow.
They came with Avenged Sevenfold before Avenged Sevenfold went like radio rock. I don't know what the fuck.
I hate that. But
Yeah.
Back when they sounded like hardcore punk. Yeah, I fell in love with that band. And then this is before like Waking the Fallen, where they started sounding more metalcore. And yeah, it was Shadows Fall. God, who else was it? I know Avenged Sevenfold was there. I'm trying to remember who the other band was. It was at Sunset Station, but it just, that whole night, like it was like a musical awakening. I loved it, every minute of it. Like if you've never listened to Shadows Fall, their 2 guitar players are like
excellent, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I've heard.
They're like next level guitar players, both of them, and it's just really thrashy and really gritty, and I was just everything that I loved at the time. And
that's badass, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Gary?
Mr. Poe, well, no, you go ahead. What was your?
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah,
okay. Sure. With the exception of Pantera, because that was the
epic.
one that changed for me. In Ozfest '97, I got to see a bunch of bands. The one that sticks out to me is Drowning Pool at the Sun Garden Theater. There was Disturbed, Drowning Pool with Dave the Stage Williams.
Okay, I was going to say OG, like the first one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Drowning Pool, when they first came out with Sinner.
Okay.
And I loved it, man. I mean, everybody did a great job. I mean, you had Systematic, and I think you had, who else did I just say? I said someone else. Fuck. Anyway, Disturbed. Fuck.
That's right.
Well, anyway, I was there because, you know, Disturbed's the big name and everybody's shouting it out. But whenever I saw Bodies on MTV, and for the young people listening to this, MTV used to play music videos. I saw them on there, and I loved them. And I saw them live, and they blew fucking everybody out of the water, dude. I mean, with Dave there and CJ and all that, I mean, they did a phenomenal show. And then when Disturbed came on, I was just kind of like, man, I really want Drowning Pool back on. You know, because Drowning Pool just, I mean, god damn, the potential, man. I mean, it was just, you could see why these guys were fucking amazing. I loved them. But yeah, that's mine. Sorry.
You know, I really love Disturbed when they released their Believe. I don't know, I know it's trendy, but I loved when Disturbed.
I'm not taking anything away, bro. Not taking anything away from Disturbed.
They're really good. I like their music.
But live, Drowning Pool should have been the headliner. Live.
Been in that position.
There you go.
Yeah, where we should have been the headliner. Not a team. Just a little bit.
Well,
Gary?
I haven't seen many live shows, but I would have to say one of the best live shows that I've seen probably would have been Stone Temple Pilots at Rock on the Range,
Wow.
and that was that was with
Very
Scott
Was
nostalgic.
before
Scott
he died.
Weiland?
Yeah, it was before he died. So,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, they had they put on a great show. But most recently, I guess one of my favorites. Of course, I mean, I got to see recently. I got to see Manson and Rob Zombie together, but
That's awesome.
Wow.
A Perfect Circle. They put on a fucking
Oh
show.
my God.
That was a good
Dude.
show.
Really? I've never seen them live. I bet you
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
Yeah, it
I
was a
got
good
a
one.
cool,
Believe
I
it.
got a
I've
story.
seen Tool
about-
twice. It's an experience.
Oh,
I've
Cold.
seen Tool once,
I've seen.
and Maynard was behind a screen. I was like, bro,
Yeah,
No,
He's weird. He doesn't
He
face
is.
the crowd.
yeah.
going on a perfect circle. I just have a quick thing. My cousin, he lived in Philadelphia, and they had an extra ticket to the Nine Inch Nails show, and a Perfect Circle was opening for Nine Inch Nails. This is when Perfect Circle, no one knew who the fuck they were. I mean,
Right.
you know what I mean? People had an idea, but I got to see them at that time, and Nine Inch Nails just came out with the Fragile. Yeah, the Fragile.
okay.
But I got to see him, man. I mean, I was like, who the fuck is a Perfect Circle? And my cousin's like, that's James Maynard Keenan. You know, he's the lead singer of Tool. I'm like, I know who Tool is. Yeah, idiot. Like fucking Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
God,
He's-
moron.
He's got it.
Go.
He's got another project called Pussifer that's really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. They had a new song they come out. Well, I can't remember what it's called, but the video is so weird. I've watched it like 500 times just because the video is so fucking weird.
So odd, right?
I think it's called
Oh.
Dumb or something. Don't be dumb. I think something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, if
Well,
you
that's a
can
good
find it,
title.
Watch it. Yeah,
Sounds like something Maynard would write.
but yeah. All right. So before we
Oh
get
my
off here, we'll start with Nick. If anybody wants to track you down on the internet and yell at you, where can they find you at?
Oh man.
Where do you get your hate mail from?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I just recently had this one female interest that started messaging me random stuff, really, really provocative, random stuff, quick, and I was like, "No, this is too fake. This is too good to be true," you know. And I was just like, "Oh man!" So I didn't know that there's people out there that would make fake accounts to mess with you like that. I think it's very petty and low. So I ended up just blocking. I didn't even respond to none of it. I was like, "What the heck? Who is this person?" Like, random ass female, you know what I mean? I have my close female friends that I know, of course they're friends, but everybody else I was like, who is this person? And just talking really provocative. But if you want to find me, you can go on Facebook and find me at Nick Gonzalez. Facebook.
You
That's
forgot
my
his last
Facebook.
name.
But but I prefer to if you need to find any of us to go to the band page first off, and if you're trying to get with us as far as for band stuff, I would say hit the page so any one of us can message you instead of just, unless I personally know you know what I mean?
Right,
I'm just
right.
like everybody else. I kind of keep a Instagram Nick G333 or anything like that. That's fine, but
So the
preferably
band
Cauterized Facebook page, please.
Facebook page. Do you have do you have a website or just you just doing everything on Facebook?
Facebook, pretty much.
It's just Facebook, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So Facebook. Well, of course, I'll put a link to all this stuff down in the show notes.
Oh
when it
yeah.
comes out. And then you guys, the album's coming out. When is it? October
16th.
October 16th.
16.
And then will they be able to
Yeah.
purchase that online or anywhere or
Yes.
At kingsiderecords.com.
Yes.
kingsiderecords.com? I'll put that link also in the description. Mr. Poe, where can everybody find you on the internet?
Nowhere. I don't want it. I'm off the grid now.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
They can find me on Instagram at They Call Me Mr. Poe. Same thing for Twitter. Same thing for Slasher app. And B Movie TV Sunday nights. Sci-Fi Sideshow. Catch it. And new episodes will be coming in October. Before I leave, October for B Movie TV is nothing but horror movies 24/7. Old school, new school, whatever, you know.
Nice.
Whatever we can get our hands on, or can. And of course, it just dropped. B Movie TV video on demand dropped on September 11th. Download it and enjoy it. So That's all I got. And Carrie?
All right. You can find me on Twitter at 1313 Inc. Of course, you can find the show on our Facebook page, which is 1313 Inc. Productions. We got this podcast on there. We got the Sci-Fi Sideshow on there. Don't forget, we have a TeePublic store where you can buy our T-shirts and our hoodies and phone cases and pillows.
Oh, yeah.
And books. Yeah, see, he's got one. Of And of course, we've got our Patreon. So if you want to chip in $1, you'll get bonus material and some other fun stuff on there. And it's just $1 a month.
There you go.
I'd like to thank Nick and Rick from Cauterized for joining us for this episode. Next time, we'll have you guys back on. You just have to watch the movie next time.
Already. Dealio.
And get
all right.
the fucking album and piss off your neighbors and crank that shit up.
Yes,
most definitely.
And I'll put a link to you have a YouTube video, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so I'll put a link to that on here, and I'll put it on our website too. So until next week, thanks for listening, and we will continue to watch the good, the bad, and the cheaply made.